What's up, everybody? We're back at the garage, and today we are going to be taking the transmission apart. We're going to be opening up the casing, and we are going to be replacing a few things. I was recently waiting on a few things in the mail, so this is what we will be replacing. This is the shift selector, and this is what you connect your shift linkage to. So while I was opening up the transmission, a friend of mine who's been through this process recommended me to change some inner bearings, some main bearings and stuff like that. So I looked up on Honda and he gave me the go, and I ordered these bearings and they finally came in. So while we have the casing open, we're going to switch out some of these bearings. Also, I did not have the proper T-bracket bolts. I did have a few and it did feel secure, but I wanted to make sure I had everything, so I went on Honda and I ordered the proper T-bracket bolts. This was actually from Acura, which is Honda, but so I actually got the right bolts for that, for the T-bracket. It has to be DA bolts, which is 90 to 93. I ordered some eBay bolts. They said that these were interchangeable T-bracket bolts for Hondas, but they do not fit the diameter of the hole for the T-bracket, so that was a no-go. I think those are for DCs. Also, I figured I'd get the shift boot that comes with the gear selector, so that way it doesn't really corrode or anything like that. I think it's kind of cool that they still have this part available. So basically right now I have the tranny out and it is ready to be disassembled. As far as casing, I'm just waiting for Jay, who is going to FaceTime me and give me a little bit of a walkthrough on how to do this, since this is my first time really opening up a Honda transmission. So hopefully this isn't that bad. I know you got to start with the big 3/8 socket size screw, which is this one, which I've already loosened, so I know that's the first one. And then I know reverse has to come out, which is this bolt, and then all the little 12 millimeter bolts have to come out, and I know there's a pin you have to basically unhook so that the casing can lift. But I'd rather wait for Jay, so he's going to walk me through it and just make sure that this goes smooth. So we are live and recording. We got Jay in the works. All right, so let me get that. What is that? That's a 14, I think. All right, so reverse can come out right away.
Yeah, it comes right up. It's just a bolt.
Okay.
And then when you turn around, there's gonna be two other bolts on the side.
Okay.
And when you take those out, there's gonna be springs and like two little metal balls with it.
Wait, so wait, let me see. Where are they? Where the fuck are they?
Keep going.
Am I missing these, or?
Um.
Is it these?
No.
No.
It's gonna be like the same way the reverse bolt went through. It goes through the side like that.
Really? Okay.
That's weird. We don't have them. Oh wait, this is a cable trans, right?
Yeah.
That might be it. I guess that might be the difference. I don't know. I don't know about the cable one too much.
But I looked up online and I know what you're talking about. Like little balls are supposed to come out.
Yeah, yeah.
What the fuck?
I guess yours doesn't have it. It should still have, because those balls aren't different with hydro and cable.
That's really.
Take the reverse gear sensor out.
Oh, the reverse gear sensor?
Yeah, so you don't damage it or anything.
This thing, right?
Yeah, take that one out.
Alright, hold on, let me set you down over here.
I don't appreciate you throwing me all over the garage.
I don't want Okay guys, we got the transmission pretty much disassembled. This is the casing where the input shaft comes through. I had to take out some bearings and some all that other good stuff. That's the final. That's the gears itself. Here's the other outer casing that's apart. So we're going to be changing some of the seals inside right now. I'm getting a walkthrough from Jay. He's just a little busy at the moment, so I just wanted to show you, give you guys a little update of where I'm at. Should be done hopefully soon.
And then shower.
Bro, this shit doesn't even look bent, dude.
No.
Nah.
So what could maybe it could be that gear selector. Grab the gear selector and by hand flip it around and shit.
What, this thing?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I would tell, you know?
Reverse would be, you see that rod right there on your finger?
This?
Yeah, no, on your index, on your right hand index, yeah, that rod. Reverse would be that rod. The way it's facing right now, it's going to be to the right and down.
Dude, to be honest, it doesn't look bent at all.
No.
Ah.
No, there's a little gap. Oh, well, you have separate. No. I don't know. Fucking replace it. See what happens.
Just a good old boy, never meaning no harm. Beats all you never saw, been in trouble with the law since the day they was born. Straightening the curves, flattening the hills. Someday the mountain might get them, but the law never will. Making their way the only way they know how. That's just a little bit more than the law will allow.
Okay guys, so the transmission was apart and I did change this rod, which as you can see, this is the old rod and it is not bent. It just so happens that that's how it sticks out of the transmission. I thought it was bent, and since it was having shifting problems, I thought that something inside was damaged. So I opened up the casing, replaced this rod, which now I know is not the problem. What I'm having a problem with now is the gear selector, which is located right about here. It's not shifting into reverse, and I noticed that I'm having a hard time getting into other gears. I don't know what the issue is. I checked out the mechanism. Nothing looks bent. So I'm a little stuck at this point. I'm not 100% sure on the next route to go on. I was FaceTiming with Jay, and we basically think that the shift selector is no good, but a new shift selector is pretty expensive. And they have one from Speed Factory, which is about $612. Unfortunately, that's a little expensive right now, so I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do because I don't want to stick this transmission back in the car and go through the same issue where I have to take it back out because I'm just going to be wasting time. So I don't know if I could source out another gear selector or figure out what's wrong with this one, but that's where I'm at right now. I don't know how much more I'm going to spend time on this today because it's Sunday and I got a lot of work ahead of me this week, but so I'm going to mess with this a little more and see what I could do. Oh, I got a new alternator basically because I didn't want to risk using the older one, so I figured I'd grab a new alternator. But yeah, so I'm still messing around with this transmission. Okay guys, so I'm digging a little more into this tranny issue. I really don't want to give up yet. Not that I'd give up, but I just don't want to buy any more pieces that are not the correct piece. But So I'm digging a little more, and basically what I want to show you guys is this is the reverse bracket. Now this arm is supposed to travel up and down freely, but I'm not sure why it's welded. This could be a reason why it is not allowing the gear, reverse gear especially, to be put into place. I don't know why somebody would weld this. I don't know if it's even supposed to be welded, but I'm trying to shift manually into the gear, and I can shift manually without using the fork. So I'm guessing that might be the issue, but I don't know why they would weld it. Alright guys, I'm going to call it a day. So I'm thinking that this is going to be the issue. I hope this is the issue because, I mean, this is pretty much an easy fix. I'm assuming that this lever here is obviously supposed to move to raise reverse and lower reverse. And there's Jordani, so let's FaceTime Jay right now. Alright Jay, we're rolling. Hey guys, sorry about that. My camera died at the garage, so I wasn't really able to continue really what I was saying. But basically, let me break down a little more in depth what's going on. So this is the reverse arm. And basically when you go into reverse, this is supposed to be able to move up and down to put the reverse gear into the lever. But this lever here is welded. Why? I don't know. I don't know if they had to weld it to hold. I don't know if it's holding something or fixing something. Not really sure, but this is basically the culprit of why I'm not going into reverse. So I ordered the new piece. It should be here within a few days, and we're going to take it from there. But that's what was stopping me from getting into reverse the whole time. It was a mistake to buy that other arm, but like I said, I'm a little new to all this stuff, so I was able to source it out and order it new from Majestic Honda. It's like 30 bucks, which is really good. So that's going to come in, and hopefully this is going to sort out the issue with my transmission. I really want to just get this all sorted out so I can finally get the transmission back in the car, along with the motor. But another little update, I got my tires put on, and boy do they look really good. The Neogens are on. They are balanced and everything, ready to go. I just want to get the motor running and everything like that before I actually put these on. Not really in a big rush, but yeah, so gonna wait for this piece to come in and then make a second attempt at getting this fixed. Hopefully this is it. Hopefully this is the last thing I have to do before I can get this thing going, but that's basically the update for now. I should have looked a little more into it before I just went and bought things, but this is why I did not want to run and buy a gear selector for $612, because let's say that would have came, I would have put that in and I would have still been not getting into reverse, and it's right there in front of me. You just have to pay attention. It's little things like that, but you know what? With this comes experience. So now that I know, I'm a little more familiar with transmissions, and I want to thank Jay, a good friend of mine who helped me walk through it. So this was a good learning experience for me as well as anyone, but thanks again, and I will keep you guys updated next week when we post a new video.